On July 9, 1918, Congress established the Army Mine Planter Service as part of the U.S. Army's Coastal Artillery Corps. The service originally consisted of warrant officers who served on each mine planting vessel as masters, mates, and engineers. The National Defense Act of 1920 expanded the Army Mine Planter Service to include warrant officers in administrative and band-leading activities. It also authorized up to 1,120 warrant officers on active duty. These appointments were Army at large rather than in specific branches. In 1921, warrant officers were provided with an insignia of identification, the traditional Eagle Rising. From those humble beginnings in 1918, our active Army of 2018 consists of 13,632 warrant officer authorizations across 44 specialties and 17 branches. The Warrant Officer Corps comprises a select 4% of the overall activity Army end strength. While remaining relatively small in number, the Corps' members are tasked with the significant responsibility of maintaining the Army's technical acumen of their specialties and branches through individual and collective technical leadership, expertise, and stewardship. The United States Army Intelligence and Security Command has authorized almost 850 warrant officers, consisting of 30 MOSs from 10 branches. The majority of INSCOM's warrant officers are assigned to military intelligence and aviation's fixed-wing and tactical UAS. Warrant officers are also active in cyber, signal, ordnance, adjutant corps, judge advocate general, field artillery, logistics, and quartermaster branches. Army warrant officers are technical leaders and experts, combat leaders, trainers, and advisors. We continually refine our technical expertise and develop our leadership and management skills through tiered progressive assignment and education. We are innovative integrators of emerging technologies, dynamic teachers, confident warfighters, and developers of specialized teams of soldiers. We support a wide range of Army missions throughout our careers. Bottom line, the Warrant Officer Corps provides the necessary technical leadership and expertise to the Army and joint organizations to ensure continued mission success.
My motivation for becoming a warrant officer was really twofold. One, the Army was downsizing the non-commissioned officer corps and the Army as a whole following the end of the Cold War. My second motivation was really about money and looking at the ability to retire with a few more dollars in my pocket at the end of the day when I decided to call the Army quits.
I wanted to be more technical in my field, so I moved on up and to make that decision. It was a very hard decision. I was on the 8 list when I made warrant. And it was about as hard a decision as when I got married.
Family history of warrant officers. My father was an aviation warrant, so that was one motivation. But the primary objective is that it gave me the opportunity to take what I saw as the best of all the options that were available.
I had a warrant officer in my battalion when I was an NCO. He was our motor pool warrant officer. Probably the most respected guy in the battalion. Definitely one of the, if not the most knowledgeable person in the battalion, regardless of what area you're talking to. And working with him and talking to him a lot, it really inspired me.
I first came in the Army and signed into Fort Bragg as a private. I fell under the mentorship of 3 warrant officers, and it's no accident that warrant officer became a career goal and a career aspiration for me based off of the mentorship and the example that they provided.
And so as a warrant officer, I wanted to get further into the intelligence aspect, so I put in a warrant officer packet, which got me exactly where I wanted to be, back into the intel and production.
Warrant officers have done many things, and generally they're technical experts.
Warrant officer is such a technical job skill.
When you're considering warrant officer as a career path, consider it as being a technical expert.
Some of the things that warrant officers really have the responsibility for is maintaining the technical acumen.
The big thing that I was looking at was that technology piece.
You wouldn't be a warrant officer if you weren't a go-getter. So the battalion commanders, the brigade commanders, or the INSCOM commanders, they see the warrant officers for the most part as those go-getters, the fire and forget officers, right? And we can stick them on a problem and see what happens, right? And because it's going to be good. They're not going to fail.
So I've had several assignments where I've had the opportunity to really make a difference for the Army, to make a difference for the Department of Defense.
One of my favorite jobs as a warrant officer was to be the mission officer in charge at 1st MI.
I think you owe it to the Army to continue to advance as much as you can.
I would always advise an NCO to look into becoming a warrant officer if being a technical expert is the way they want to go.
Always be professional, stick to your guns, make the mission happen.
Just do it. I mean, if there's an NCO out there that's thinking about what to do next, go to warrant.
Well, I think the warrant officer puts the glue between the NCO and the commission officer.
And so glue might be a great word. I think they're the encouragers. I think sometimes they're the real leaders.
So my advice to any young soldier or NCO is to look at themselves in the mirror and determine where they want to be in 20 years. What effect do they want to have on the Army? What influence do they want to have on the way that we do business within the Department of Defense and within the Army?
As a warrant officer, I've had a lot of opportunity to really look outside of just the basic skills that we're taught from a book.
So first of all, as the Command Chief Warrant Officer of INSCOM, I view my role as the technical leader within the organization.
I see my main role as a CW5 is to train, mentor, coach, and lead younger soldiers, warrants, and civilians.
As a warrant officer, you're just exposed to a much broader array of opportunities.
If you want to be the best of the best, you want to take and reach out, and the warrant officer field is open for that kind of thing. You have to keep the same loyalties that other people have.
As I am nearing 100 years old, I understand what it is to be 100 years old. So congratulations to our warrants, who richly deserve a celebration.
Happy Centennial Anniversary, Warrant Officer Cohort.
Happy birthday for 100 years, and hopefully here's to at least 100 more strong.
So 100 years is pretty awesome, and I think we've grown a lot in those 100 years.
A happy 100th anniversary. I am proud to be a part of this spectacular cohort.
Thank y'all for all that you do. Keep pushing forward, and as always, we make the mission happen.
Happy anniversary, 100th anniversary to all the warrants out there.
Congratulations to the Warrant Officer Cohort. 100 years. It's a great accomplishment.
To the warrant officer cohort out there in the United States Army, happy anniversary, happy birthday. It's been a good 100 years.
To my wolf pack, I wanted to tell you a very happy 100th. None of you look a day over 98.
My fellow warrant officers, happy birthday. Thank you for what you do on a day-to-day basis. It is not forgotten. Your technical leadership and expertise are critical to what we do within the Army, what we do within the Intelligence and Security Command. Your sacrifices will not be forgotten. Thank you for what you do every day.
And I want to wish you all a very happy anniversary, 100 years. Wow. Keep ever vigilant and Army strong. Hooah.